Information as it breaks, give you the facts, and we try to break down all of these issues to a better logical comprehension. It's quite imperative that we always keep ourselves abreast with what is going on in the polity and analyze it to a better understanding. The idea is to have a better Nigeria. It's what we've always preached on this platform. So if you're joining us for the very first time, I would say welcome to you. My name is Esther Wachiku once again. You can join us across our social media platforms, Twitter, or rather X, Facebook, and Instagram at VOP 903 FM. But we do this audio visual as well, so you can virtually be part of the conversation. Join us on YouTube at VOP 903 FM. So YouTube on your iOS or Android device. All right, so long as you have a smartphone, you will definitely have YouTube on your phone, so you can virtually be part of the conversation wherever it is, anywhere you are in the world. You will not be exempted from participating on the conversation we'll be having today. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot is going on, but I want us to, patiently listen to this. Nigeria's democracy is indeed on the edge. It's gripped by internal contradictions and avoidable tensions. There must be a conscious effort to rescue it from sliding into extinction. Now, it's months to the next general elections, when critical stakeholders should be tidying up any loose ends in electioneering efforts to deliver credible polls. The political landscape is engulfed in credibility issues around the leadership of INEC, the electoral body, amid calls for the removal of its chairman. Indeed, Nigeria's electoral challenges are hydra-headed, multi-layered, reflecting a fundamentally and foundationally defective polity. Putting the country's elections, beginning with the 2027 polls, on the path of credibility requires a wholesale, coordinated, sincere, and sustainable resolution of all critical problems that have undermined the country's democracy. Therefore, the calls for the removal of Joash Amukwitan by some prominent political parties and other Nigerians over alleged integrity and partiality are just a part of the turbulence rocking the electoral system. The main accusations against the chief electoral umpire are INEC's handling of the African Democratic Congress leadership tussle and his social media footprints. Amukwitan came under fire for delisting the David Mark-led ADC faction. He was also accused of partisanship in posts on X, formerly known as Twitter. On Monday, INEC again debunked social media footprints of Amukwitan, saying a forensic examination has cleared him. But basing Nigeria's legendary electoral heist on Amukwitan's incumbency misses the point. It is indeed short-sighted. There are far more critical issues than the removal of Amukwitan. Obviously true, the cause are a symptom. If pushed through, the same system might deliver something worse. Exactly, with the fact that the president indeed nominates someone else of his own choosing. So, if the constitution is not amended to pave the way for transparent and credible appointments in the top echelons of INEC is chasing after the wind. No matter how many persons are changed, so long as it's coming from the presidency, nothing changes. It's the same outcome. Obviously, the piper dictates the tune. So, for now, the mode of appointment, the removal of INEC chair, and the top officers of the commission are fundamentally flawed and have been at the root of the electoral charade since 1999. It's been hurriedly handed down by military junta at its exit in 1999. The Constitution of Nigeria vests the president with omnibus powers, yes, omnibus powers to appoint and remove the chairman of INEC. In a society where power corrupts, this is dangerous and indeed illogical. The power granted to the Council of State in the third schedule, Part 1, Section B, subsection I, and Section F in respect of INEC is merely advisory. Its advice is not binding on the president. It is another way of elevating the president to the status of an emperor. Section 154, subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution empowers the president to appoint the INEC chair, while Section 157 grants him the power to remove them, supported by 2/3 of the Senate, respectively. This is overly naive in the Nigerian context. All INEC chairmen since 1999 have had serious question marks over their tenure and conduct of elections. All the presidential elections, except in 2015, when the incumbent Goodluck Abela Jonathan conceded to late Muhammadu Buhari, had been decided by the Supreme Court. It is indeed an abnegation of democracy. The voters must always decide the election winner, not the court. So it truncates the efforts of elections, where people under the sun, under inducements, under infliction, go to the polls to cast their votes for their decision to be decided by a group of persons in a small courtroom. So, the fundamental issues must be clinically addressed to lend credibility to elections, strengthen the country's democracy. To all intents and purposes, an INEC chair with the highest integrity profile cannot perform in the bitter, combative, poisonous election climate infested by desperado politicians. The election charade is demoralizing. It's indeed a setback for the advancement of democratic ethos. Voter turnout since 2007 bears an ugly witness, declining from 57.54% in 2007 to 26.7% in 2023. So, Nigeria cannot afford a repeat next year at all. All the signs point to that. The funding of INEC is dependent on the executive and legislative arms of government. In mitigation, the two have ensured that the Commission received its votes on time. As a way forward, the President, the legislature, and stakeholders should dust off the Mohammed Uwais panel report. The panel, established by the late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua in 2007 after he deemed his own election flawed, recommends the appointment of the INEC chair by a neutral body and the funding of elections from the first line charge, amongst other landmark recommendations. This is a direction to go to guarantee the credible elections Nigeria's desire. In the United States, voters elect the chief election official in 33 states, while the governor of the State Board of Elections in some other states. For a politically volatile Nigeria, it could adopt some of these international policies as Nigerian democracy supposedly emulates. The judiciary has its own black marks. It employed technicalities to overturn the governorship elections in cases in Osun, Imo, and Nasarawa State in the past. The courts interfere in internal party affairs, which is indeed embarrassing even to the international community and to the supposed model of democracy that Nigeria goes by. Tinubu indeed needs to deliver a credible elections to Nigerians, with the high anticipation of Nigerians on the electoral and political space. Ladies and gentlemen, my analyst this evening is Comrade Tony Mbata. Comrade, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Esther.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Did you see this piece? It's from The Punch. It's an editorial.
Yes.
And it encompasses a lot of what we always discuss on this platform.
Yes.
Mr. Tony Mbata, Nigeria's policies in government affect every sector, which includes security, agriculture, education, infrastructure. Every sector that encompasses a wealthy, productive economy depends on the policies of the government, the body language of the government towards delivering true democracy to Nigerians. Elections are the only time Nigerians have a call, a voice, where politicians beg them, please vote for me, where you do not see the police handcuff them, where some money or some particular persons in government says, I wouldn't allow you come out to vote. Oh yes, we see some machinations where they prevent people from coming out. But we see politicians beg the people who they consider to be foot soldiers, bootlickers, who they consider to be below them, at their mercy because they want to come back to power. And whether you like it or not, at the polling unit is a major deciding factor. And every Nigerian at that point in time has the power to decide what they want. But there are encumbrances. It behoves on the president to ensure that there is true and fair election. Nigerians believe that if you have leadership that is caring, that is people-oriented, then definitely every other aspect of the economy would work. Nigerians also believe that if you have leadership that promises and delivers on the promise, definitely they would enjoy the true dividends of democracy. We were told with this dispensation in 2022 that we will no longer experience insecurity. They will deploy more Nigerian soldiers into the army. They told us that they would, as much as possible, with the fuel subsidy removed, we're going to see other vital sectors thrive. We were promised of job opportunities, employment opportunities for 10 million youth. It seems that all of that was just a campaign strategy. We're not seeing federal character being represented. And the complaint of this administration is that that they are not the only ones. We should ask our governors questions. We should ask our ministers questions. The administration promised us electricity supply, and it seems to be a complete blackout. It's a death. That sector is literally dead with the kind of volatile weather we're facing, and it's a roasting method for Nigerians. So you are roasted in your home. You come out under the sun to work. You barely make profit. The economic condition is not helping. Fuel is on the rise. Transportation is increased, and you're not guaranteed of being safe while you walk on the road hustling. At this point in time, the political space is being looked at, and active participation in politics is what a lot of Nigerians are looking forward to. Do you think there is a light at the end of the tunnel whatsoever?
Yes, Esther. In fact, it's very pathetic and unfortunately that these things are happening to Nigerians. But those of us that are Christians still have faith. Faith is something that can, and hope. When you have faith and hope, it will carry you. But Nigerians are passing through many, many painful things. But it's unfortunate in the sense that the ruling class, people will believe that are leaders, when the time will come, they will begin to beg Nigerians. You see some of them buying akara on the road, buying corn to make us believe that we are one. But when they get there, either by hook or crook, they change to something. But they are trying to change the narratives whereby they will not even regard us again.
Okay.
In the sense that they want to change. Look at the kind of Electoral Act bill amendment the National Assembly passed, whereby they can write a fake result and tender it. The man in charge will accept it.
Politicians can present,
present
ballot papers unmarked by INEC.
So you see how they are trying to change those narratives that make them to come.
Or that certificate forgery does not require you being disqualified.
Go to cyber cafe, get anyone and present it, because the man at the helm of affairs cannot present a credible certificate. So you want to legitimize the illegality to be legal. It's very unfortunate. It's very painful that Nigerians are passing through these things. But we believe there was a time in this country, Esther, I don't know how old you may be at that particular time, when Sani Abacha was in charge. Almost all the political parties say Abacha is our candidate, because there was fear everywhere. But where is Abacha today? So why I say there is hope, we have hope and faith, is that God is the final decider of everything. And that's why Christians, we so much believe on what God can do. Human being, you can only see now. That's why when some people are talking as if they know tomorrow, you will laugh at them because they are fools. Nobody. If you watch Adolf Hitler during their own reign, you see what they did. And some of them will talk as if, when I watch when Zeke, when they were alive, you see how they are full of life, talking and dishing out power, people are following them. Where are they today? So I love what Showero told the former AGF. When he met him, I think they were going to court. He said, okay, you are now our own side now. Remember when you were there, you think things will not move.
Yeah.
That's why we are crying. We are begging that a new Nigeria is possible. And when you have opportunity to make a policy, don't make a policy because you are there. That will benefit you. Because tomorrow, that policy will haunt you. That's why Nigerians are crying the death of Yaradua. Remember what President Yaradua did?
Yeah, I saw that on Facebook 2 days ago. Everybody was saying the best president Nigeria has ever had.
What he said is that the election, the process that brought him in was a very faulty process. But this one that is in now, our president is giving, he was the person that introduced grab it and run away with it.
Mr. Tony, in reference to Yaradua, I think for a lot of Nigerians, especially some Gen Zs who were not aware of Yaradua. I was also little, at least at the time of Yaradua. And wasn't it, what year was that? 2007?
Yes, 2007. Yeah, when we have doctrine of necessity. Yeah, 2007.
Was it on 2007? When Jonathan took over from me? That's 2007.
Yeah, Jonathan took over from him to complete his tenure.
To complete his tenure. Yes, I think at the time. No, I was a teenager then. Okay. I was already a teenager. I remember Yaradua at the time. Although we didn't like to follow politics. I mean, it was our business. Yes. We just heard one day.
Business.
We just heard one day that he had passed on. But I saw recollection. Nigerians of all ethnicity admitted that Yaradua is a president that Nigerians miss a lot. I was shocked. What I mean, all ethnicity. So, Mr. Tony Mbata, the aspect of leadership has nothing to do with what tribe or ethnicity or religion the person practices. Yes. It's about the personal attributes yes. of that person towards yes. ensuring that leadership encompasses all. Why is that lacking?
Why is lacking is that if you look at Yaradua attended primary, secondary, and tertiary institution and was able to present his certificate. He didn't forge anything. Okay. He didn't say, go to this place and verify. He will go there, you know. Even when he was a governor of a Katsina state, you can see that you can trace whatever he's telling you. When a leader will not deceive himself, I'm not talking about deceiving the nation, you know that this is a person that has a credible character. Like Ngige, I normally quote Ngige. Ngige used to say that politicians supposed to be men that have a place, men that have integrity, men that have name. What do you mean by having a name? When you say, I attended this so school, like Tony Mbata, I attended primary school, my village, community primary school, Emabiam. From there, I went to, first of all, I went to community primary school, Imediengwe, Ngopala. Then I came to my place, Emabiam. Then I attended secondary school in my place, Emabiam. Then I went to university.
I understand,
now,
sir.
So you can verify these things. But when you have a leader that's very crooked, I know many governors, they are 419ers. They are looking for money, cheating people. So when you give them power, what do you think that will happen?
Okay, Mr. Tony, there's what they call establishment politics, the politics of them. I always say something that 2023 was a momentous, fabric in our political landscape. It's always been between APC, PDP, this usual set of persons. So you always observe voter apathy in some places because they're like, they don't consider us. They know how they do their calculations and they go about it. But 2023 saw the third force, which was the Labour Party in respect of Peter Obi. Obviously, that emerged from 2020 NSAS protest. The NSAS protest of 2020 was what birthed, this generation that normally used to be apathetical about politics or leadership or whatever, and it signaled a different turn in Nigeria. It was a momentous period at the time, and young people decided to say, you know what, we'll no longer leave it to these old links. We now want to be part of the system. We want to understand. But here is what is happening. Mr. Tony, when these young persons decided to enter and be part of the process, they tell them, you have to learn from the old lanes. This is how it's done. They're not given the opportunity to infuse any change. So it's like the establishment politics is fighting the new wave that calls for, we need to know what you're doing, not tell us after you've gone behind closed doors. And since then, we've seen active participation in the political process by young persons who some people consider now to be political neophytes. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Some young persons who did not know how certain things are being done. And this has called the question about indigenous representation rather than having to be in a political party for you to be considered as an eligible candidate to be part of the electoral process or political system. Do you think the way Nigeria is moving now, that it's possible for individual representation? Why am I saying so? A lot of persons are leaving the ADC to join the NDC. As usual, in 2023, most people rode on the wave of Peter Obi. Persons that we did not know. Some people did not campaign. At the end of the day, we just saw results. Their names were out. People went to the polling unit to just vote for one person across board. So you had National Assembly, House of Reps, Senate, all one person. It was like a Peter Obi divided into 5 or 6 different places. They didn't know any of those representatives. But now they're saying there's going to be a difference. Is it wrong that he left the ADC to join the NDC? Because they're making it seem like it's a huge crime, like he committed an offense and that he has destabilized the opposition as it stands.
Esther, let me first of all, with what you said before, there was a saying that says, give every opportunity. A learner is a potential achiever. When the old cargoes refuse to give way or to teach the younger ones, that means they are very selfish. A selfish father or father that is not selfish will always teach the child, his son or his daughter, so that they can take over from them. But it's only a selfish father that will not give opportunity for learning. Now, coming to the second question, you see, what is happening in Nigerian politics space today is that the masses have begun to understand that sovereignty belongs to the masses. Now, they know that this sovereignty that belongs to us, we shall use it to give to people that are credible. That's why in 2023 election, people look around. Among all the contestants, who is most credible than others? They find a young man. He said, go and verify it. They went and verified what all he was saying was true. Like I quote Ayo Fayeshe, he said, only P2B is a politician that is credible. That Nigerian politicians are not worth to die for. That P2B is changing the narrative and also retiring some of them. I quote him. Now, I quote Uche Nyagocha, former rep member, Owerri Municipal. He said something. He said, Uche Nyagocha, he said, all of them politicians, if you check them, you will get one thing or the other, except P2B. Now, Nigerians began to, because he said power belongs to them. Nigeria is possible. Now, they wanted to tell it that grab it and run away. And they voted whether Okada. We learned that somebody from Abuja who was an Okada rider won election. They don't know anybody. But then I've seen that this man is a new Nigeria who is possible. So they were voting. Who are you?
Mr. Tony, we don't let it not seem like you're projecting just one person.
No, not project. I want to learn. I want to learn. Now, when they do all these things, we now find out that those things we did could not work again. Like people are hiding under the shadow of somebody to win election. Now Nigerians are now looking. Okay, if we will vote you, Esther, you are a good man. We are going to vote another person that is a good person, no matter the party you belong. Let me give you a case study. Go to Jawa State. You will see things moving. The man that is doing it, I don't know him. I've never met him. I don't even know his name. I heard that he's a House of Lagos State House of Assembly representing Oshodi Sola that is doing those construction work.
Oshodi Solo.
Yes, I don't.
Not Isola.
Okay, Oshodi Sola. I'm an Igbo man. Sorry.
Oshodi Solo.
Solo.
Now you're not be there. You this.
Okay, so I don't know this man, but they say he belongs to APC. And anytime he comes out, if I happen to know, I will campaign for him. I will vote for him. So Nigerians are looking credible people to vote for.
So it's not about the political
party.
Not
about the political. That's why they're following
individual.
Yes.
It's about the individual. So
now.
In this current political dispensation, this current political party in charge, there are good individuals.
Yes.
But is it possible that they are not being obvious? Is it possible that they're not being promoted? They're not shining? Because when you hear APC, there's some persons just condemn it, forgetting that there are certain persons riding on that party that indeed want good governance for their people.
Yes, sister. That's why I made mention of this man. They say he's an APC. I don't know him. I don't even know his name. I only asked his name yesterday and when we have program in Galaxy. I don't know him. So Nigerians should look beyond political parties and look at individuals who we know that are credible, that cannot forge their certificate, that cannot forge their names. They are not 419ers. So Nigerians will do it this time around.
There's somebody who sent a message here. I'm sure the person is a APC supporter. The person is adducing that in the last election, Peter Obi used religious politics to drive a narrative, and that Atiku is using regional politics, but painted Tinubu as somebody who did not play any of that card. And I'm wondering, because Tinubu said, Emiloko, it's my turn. And post-election, we're seeing a situation where it is the time of the Southwest. Everything has to come to the Southwest. Why am I saying this? With the current reality in the political dispensation, you're hearing, you see different forums, what do you call them? YCF, different forums, from the Southwest. Oh, it's our turn. It's not a wrong thing if we put ourselves in certain positions and all of that. If we're running this kind of politics, which is like the normal establishment system where religion, tribe plays a huge role, how would Nigerians get themselves out of it? Because this person is creating a narrative like Tinubu did not play that role. After all, we're seeing what happened post-election. We're seeing appointments. We're seeing the kind of federal character representation being witnessed, and it seems to be worse than what the previous administration presented. So the politicians seem to be exuding the same trait, specifically the All Progressives Congress, taking over from the previous administration and exhibiting supposedly worse tendencies. So in this particular situation, how do Nigerians open their eye to say, this is not the norm and it's not supposed to be the norm?
Esther, the man or the woman that posted that,
it's a man.
It's a very narrow-minded person without a broad mind. You said P2B used religion. Which
and
religion?
then Atiku uses regional politics.
Religion. We have Islamic religion, we have Christian, and we have traditional religion. That means if he's using religion, that means all the religious sects are inclusive. So he's not playing politics of sentiment, because either you're a Muslim or you're a Christian, or those of us who believe in tradition too, he will use us. So he's carrying everybody along. You say Atiku use, but I don't want us to go into individual basis in this analysis, because this is a critical moment that we are telling Nigerians the truth.
Yeah.
Because if I should go based on what happened 2023 election, you see that it was Tinubu that played all this thing with Aboru.
He did?
Yes. When Oba will be telling you that if some Igbos did not vote, they will send them lagoon. If Oluomo will say, if you don't vote, they will do this, don't come out. If Aboru will say, stay in your house, all those things. So I wouldn't want us to go
Agberu,
into...
not Agboru.
Agboru. So I wouldn't want to go. What I'm here is to give us a real analysis about the happenings and also educate Nigerians, so that they say if we are not informed, you are deformed. So that we form ourselves, we are going to look beyond religion and ethnicity, and also all this regional sentiment that our people are putting on the board. What we are looking at, who is credible?
Yeah.
Who can bring Nigeria out of poverty? Who will make Nigeria, when you sleep with your two eyes closed? When I came into this place, you are telling me, I was saying this place is very chilled. You say you love it because for some weeks no light, and in my place too. So when somebody that will promise you, he said, if I don't give you electricity, don't vote me. And we need somebody that will take responsibilities, not for you to say, meet your governors. Because when you are telling Nigerians that you are going to give them this, you didn't tell whole governors accountable.
All
so
right.
what we are educating Nigeria is not individual basis, but what will pull Nigeria out of this quagmire we find ourselves.
Now, in Ngoshe, I'm sure you heard about the 416 Nigerians that were abducted by Boko Haram. Given the president less than 72 hours, otherwise they will start taking them out. Also, we heard in Kwara as well about 176 of them they're demanding for ransom. Also, a core member who was traveling for his NYSC orientation was killed along the way. We're hearing, upsurge of insecurity. The president believes there's the works of his political opponent. That's what he classified it as. Godswill Akpabio also reiterated the same thing. That's the work of their political opponents. And there are some also political analysts in respect to leaning towards the All Progressives Congress who believe that anytime elections are coming up, these particular individuals use insecurity to destabilize the government. But the president has said that regardless of whatever shenanigans they bring, he's a strong politician and he is unbothered. He's not going to be deterred. Now, this brings us to why we're having a disruption in the polity. So initially, the talk is that the All Progressives Congress did not want opposition parties to thrive. We saw all the situation that occurred in the People's Democratic Party and how they eventually dissolved. We saw the ongoing cases in the Labour Party. Seems to be issues that could be reconciled, but irreconcilable differences. And then that brought together the ADC. The ADC was supposed to be a party that had a tornado. All members join. The big wigs are there. So you now have an APC and ADC. And what is the plan? The plan was to supposedly revamp, right, what took place in 2014.
2023.
No, in 2014. The advent of the APC, whereby these big wigs came together to make sure that Jonathan was displaced. And that was the only election that was not contested in court, right? Now, the problem of the ADC, let's look at it, because there are blames being thrown and they're saying that the person who is at fault is Peter because he left. They consider that he ought to have stayed and fought like a man, and that if he says he's as popular, then he should stay and use his popularity to win the primaries. But as it stands, the ADC did not provide direction from the onset. They were supposed to zone. They said they were not going by zoning. They were the only political party not going by zoning. Even parties that were already fragmented were already zoning. They said they were not going to zone. Atiku was one person that was part of the whole zoning conversation thingy when they were in the All Progressives Congress. Afterwards, we began to wait. Where is your manifesto? They created a manifesto. I don't know if they went through their manifestos. Then they called for a lot of persons to register in the ADC. But there were talks of what everyone was waiting with bated breath. When are you guys going to do your primaries? Who are you zoning it to? And when certain elements who had their own interest in the party saw what was happening, they decided to leave. I'm referring to Peter Obi, Rabiu Kwankwaso, and the likes. Now, Balaji Abdullahi came on national TV to say that the excuse that they used to leave is not worth it. To them, they felt that the court cases were flimsy. It did not warrant them leaving the party, that they should have stayed in the party, and that Peter Obi was given one of the most rambunctious position as national coordinating secretary, is a position that you're able to bring in your own people. People have set up their tents to run under the ADC, persons like Rhodes Vival, and they're saying him leaving at this critical moment was wrong. Now, is the problem the party or the supporters of these big wigs? The article supporters started putting out tweets like, Peter Obi would work and grovel for the VP role. Peter Obi did a space and said nobody has approached him to take any vice presidential role. That's what he said. I was thinking that conversation was brought to him personally by Atiku. He said nobody has spoken to him and he's not going to go for vice. Besides, it's the time of the South. He came on national television and promoted the ADC as a party and emphasized on direct primaries that is transparent, free, and fair. The following day, Atiku came and said, I will step down for Peter Obi if he is a contender, meaning that he may not be a contender. And also supposedly spoke ill of every other person and said he's the most qualified, he's the most experienced when it comes to party politics. This actually set a tailspin in the ADC. And Peter Obi at the Ibadan convention at the time was not comfortable with what was discussed, and so he kept mute. The exit of Peter Obi from the ADC, is it a betrayal? That's one. Two, are we going to see what happened in 2023 repeat itself, where Tinubu is coming back unchallenged, no fear, unbothered, because we're already seeing a disparity in splitting of votes? Or is there an expectation that this NDC could coalesce to be the major coalition where bigwigs in the ADC may eventually join? Maybe it's a way to deceive. What's your take on that?
Okay, Esther, when I came in here, I purposely put on this chess. I play chess. I came here to analyze, and henceforth is to analyze policy without dancing to any, I don't belong to any political parties. Now, politics all about chess. And when some narratives are being created.
He's referring to chess. CHESS.
Yes. You look at who are creating a narrative, dishing it out there for people to begin to grumble and discuss and reform some certain things. Now, you ask me a question, is he a betrayer? The answer is no.
Okay.
You ask me, are we going to see the same narrative that played itself that Bola Ahmed Tinubu purportedly won that election? Because what we saw, what we hear, they have never refuted it. Even the one Erufai Son posted, the one we saw RF, and all the rest of them, they have never refuted it. We saw what happened in Rivers State. We saw the mutilated whatever and whatever. So, and I was saying, come to a place, let them come together. And Esther, let me tell you this thing, that Esther, you may be a very intelligent student, that you can read all through the night, you pass. And I may be somebody who will read an hour to the exam and I will pass. You cannot come and tell me I should read a long time. Like somebody like me, I don't read until exam period and I will pass. That opposition came together in 2027 to dislodge Jonathan. Does not mean that every other opposition will come back to dislodge Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And if we go to the nitty-gritty of what happened during that Jonathan's election, you will know that it's not opposition coming together to dislodge Jonathan, because United States of America, led by Obama, their hand was in it. So let us not go to that. All those narratives they are creating at that particular time. And we know what happened. If we come to that, it will take us a day. We will analyze what Obama and all the rest of them did.
All right.
So let us leave it. So what I'm saying is that it is not a betrayal. And because I say politics is a chess, now they have played their own. Not knowing that Obi is a master player.
You can't say so.
I'm coming. Let me land. A politics, what happened in any of the political parties? They are having problem. It's a good for that political party, because if your house is not in order, the good thing is that I want to win. You want to win too. So I will do everything possible to make sure I win that exam within the ambit of the law. So if it's for me to put a mold in you, for you to be having problem, I will do it.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Why was it difficult for the ADC to come together and say and discuss as gentlemen? I know that Peter Obi is Atiku's person. You know, he's somebody that knows how to respect his political leaders. What was difficult for Atiku to call him and say, Peter, see, the idea is for us to make sure that Tinubu doesn't return, doesn't come back. Be my VP. You would encapsulate the South. I will encapsulate the North. But rather he used his aides, used his data boys on social media, bragging to say that, in fact, there was already an automatic say that Obi was going to be Peter Atiku's vice. What was difficult for that conversation to be had? I mean, if for anything, because some persons believe that Atiku has always been campaigning, and that at this point in time, the political calculation was very important. The idea is anything to be done to ensure that Tinubu does not come back. Because what we are seeing on the timeline, the political advisor to Atiku is calling Peter Obi a selfish person and saying that may their path never cross again politically, because he considers him a betrayer and a selfish person, and said that for those who want to stay in the coalition, let them see how they can work together. And there are fears that some of the obedients that have decided to stay in the ADC may not even be considered. They may be looked at as spies or moles just because of their own interest in political offices, and may be considered as third wheel when it comes to consideration. And in as much as the ADC, I think they want to do consensus. I don't know if they've decided to do direct primaries.
They finish their court cases now.
Okay. Secondly, there are some persons saying now because Peter Obi and Kwankwaso left, they are harassing Kwankwaso, and they said they are going to ensure that they do not sell Peter Obi to the North. At that point in time, they want to call him somebody who is considered a religious bigot, someone who sells beer because they think that Arawa don't like taking beer. But these are influencers. They're doing their job, you know, but you can never say what is being preached in the mosque, what is being preached in their gathering. At this point in time, are Nigerians wiser than the theatrics that come up when elections are at play, where personalities are modeled just because they want to have an advantage? Is it possible that the North, that always listens to their traditional leaders, listens to their imam, are they wise now to know that it's no longer about the traditional way of doing things, that they can decide to take their future in their hands and decide who they know will represent them in leadership?
Esther, the issue is that you said it all. Nigerians are wiser now.
Okay.
Because what happened, I think 2-3 weeks ago, there was a house member in the north that went to see his people. You saw how people were throwing him stone. Now, hunger equates everybody.
Yeah.
And Nigerians have seen that the time they remember them, when they want to share rice, they will draw their picture on it. But the road to lead where they are living, nobody will tie it. The medical facilities that will help them for them to come out from their sickness and whatever can never be put. Nothing will happen there. But when they are sick, they go to abroad. And a lot of issue, even electricity. That look at your president. They have solar in Asarok. Now Nigerians are seeing all these things. Now, how much are you buying petrol? How much is that? 1,400 something naira now. And in some part of this country, they are buying it more than that. Hunger equalize everybody. So it's not those days they will come and tell us this person is this and this person is that. At the time of election, they will come and share agbado, like the president promised that agbado, our military, and all the rest of them. So the issue is that Nigerians are wiser. And whatever, that's why I said initially, when some people make a statement, who are they? Who do they represent? Why are they saying it? You will find out where they're coming from. They are talking about their past, like some of these social influencers.
Now, he's not the only person that left. So why are they not berating such persons? Ifeanyi Okowa deputized Atiku in 2023. Remember, it was the time of the South.
Yes.
That same Ifeanyi Okowa is now working for the All Progressives Congress. Atiku's son, does not believe in his leadership because he is currently not in the ADC, but rather in the APC. David Mark's daughter is supposed to be in the ADC. At least you're supposed to believe in your father, but she is in the APC. El Rufai's son is a House of Rep member in the All Progressives Congress, and this is a person that says APC would not come back or Tinubu would not come back. There is a dichotomy, and it doesn't show that genuinity in ideal. When I mean ideal, Nigeria first or the people first, other than your own pockets or your own political interest. So do you consider that at the initial conception, right, that he ought not to have waited? You could be part of the coalition without being a member. Do you think he ought not to have joined? The mistake was joining them in the first place.
No, he didn't make any mistake. Okay. Because remember the narrative that some of them are creating. Peter Obi don't want to join coalition so that he's a very selfish man. He didn't want to do this. And also, Peter Obi joined coalition to let Nigerians know that I want the interest of Nigeria. Abinisho, he said, I'm not desperate to be the Nigerian president.
All right.
I'm not desperate to be the VP or Senate president, but I'm desperate to see Nigeria work. Now, when the like minds, unquote, came together to form coalition, he joined them with a broader mind that let us do it right. The first of all, doing it right is for ADC to say other political parties are zoning to this side. Let us zone. They didn't want to do it. ADC, now let us have a free and fair primaries. How do we? What will be the model of this primary? They never said it.
Yeah.
Now, coming to the shenanigans that is happening with the court processes in Nigeria, ADC, what are you doing? You find out that these things are calculated attempt in order to make sure that some certain person will not be at the ballot. Remember that somebody have told us that the ruling government refused and said over their dead body that this person will contest. And also, let us allude it with what former governor of Sokoto said, that APC government came and they hired some professors. Aminu Tambawa said they hire professors and some political juggernaut to say what will make Bola Ahmed Tinubu not to win 2027 election. Yeah. They say only P2B. So the issue is that what do we do? Make sure that he will not come out from any political party, knowing fully well that Nigeria electoral system does not permit an independent candidate. So what do? Create a problem. We saw we heard what Chief of Staff of the President, Bojeba Miller, said. He was telling a friend, said, be there, no need of coming out. The work you are doing, we are supporting you.
All right.
So when you see all these things,
okay,
P2B or any other person or Kwankwaso that saw the trap, Nigerians are happy. Go and
not just Kwankwaso, any other person, Mr. Tony. I don't want you to make it seem like P2B is not a saint.
And any other person.
You're promoting your candidate. Don't promote your candidate.
You're
promoting your
Mr. Tony. Any
don't
party.
Promote your
I am
candidate.
Making so that Nigeria will work again. That's what I believe.
Okay. Now, there are already issues in the APC because of consensus. They're adopting more of consensus. In other words, you would work, and you were told that you would get the tickets, and then last minute somebody calls you and says you need to step aside, one or two things, you'll be compensated. It's causing disgruntlement, all right, in the APC. In Nasarawa State, they're already complaining that the primaries are already being rigged. They're calling on President Tinubu to intervene. Party chieftains are urging Tinubu to intervene, that rigging is ongoing. Certain persons are manipulating the process. I think another one too in Gombe, there are complaints. They said they said that they will not adopt. They want to go with direct primaries. They are not going with consensus. But the president is urging Nigerians to prioritize progress, meaning stay with the All Progressives Congress for continuity. He's saying that it is important because he needs to be re-elected. He says Nigeria without borders made the call while formally backing, and that it was quite important that governors from the state should ensure that the support comes, especially for the APC. Other comrades from other political parties are saying that there needs to be continuity in the All Progressives Congress. Silently, some APC members are leaving, especially those who are not happy with the whole consensus, whatever. They're silently leaving to the NDC. Now, there are fears that if this person's joined, they could capitulate or do whatever it is they usually do. But movement is the choice of the people. Now, the NDC quickly supposedly zoned their ticket to the south. They haven't told us if there's any automatic tickets being handed over to any certain individual. At this point in time, do you think this NDC would be a major hub for Nigerians to lean towards against the current political party?
Before I answer your question, I want to make this allusion. When a child busy pursuing his shadow, the next thing that will happen, he or she will hit his head on the wall, or something will jam you.
All right.
Because why did I say this? You said some APC members are quietly living with what is going on.
Yes, some APC members, yes.
And this that if you could remember what I told you before, me and Okunda, I told you that APC will have more problems they cannot manage because they are busy trying to build something that they cannot control. Remember that Bola Ahmed Tinubu led government with Akpabio hurriedly passed electoral act in order to make sure that they put some of those.
They contain
those. Now, people that help them to do those things, we are hoping that they will come back again. Now, when they made president for them to be given automatic ticket, he said, go and meet your governors. Now, remember that these governors have their own men that are loyal to them, and they are coming back to them. You know what is going to happen. That is a story of another day. So there will be a problem in that place. Now, the question you asked me if NDC will be the major hub. Yeah. I'm not God, but what we are seeing, the way things are going, Nigerians want a better political platform that they will use to express their anger and their bitterness against the ruling class. So any political party that presents a viable candidate, a marketable candidate or president, they will support it. If it's from APC, like I'm promoting the man, Lagos State House Assembly, what he's doing in Ajawa State and other places, I'm supporting it from APC.
All right. We're having ex-rep spokesperson saying that the APC aspirants are kicking against imposition ahead of 2027 elections. The complaints are already going round. Maybe the president will have to address it because it seems like if he doesn't step in to resolve issues cannot be resolved, which brings to the question, if Tinubu is no longer active in politics, what happens to the All Progressives Congress? Will that party be dissolved?
Let me tell you some trajectory that will work against APC, which you said. If Tinubu goes out from APC cannot stay for the next 2 months. Why? Because they don't have when you make yourself to be the Lord of all the lords, and people will not talk, people will not express themselves. You want to handpick and choose, like what is happening in Lagos State today. I saw a woman crying that why do they disenfranchise his own candidate, that they should allow this, and everybody's afraid of that. When you are not there, the kingdom will be divided. So when Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because my younger brother bought a car, he wrote it, no champion forever. As soon as you leave, you will see what will happen. It's like when a man did not coordinate his house very well and allow the masses or people to have this power to express themselves, it will happen. It happened in a family. When a father, maybe you have 3-4 wives, you can't control them very well. As soon as before they bury you, problem will start.
So we should expect more defections. Even some, we're hearing leaders, even in the ADC, may join the NDC
more
as well.
More is coming. You will see what will happen. Let them finish their primaries. You will see.
Oh, well, if you intend to participate in the political space, go now and be part of the process. If you're a young person, I saw somebody tweet and say, you young persons, go and occupy positions, Yoruba positions for Yoruba people. Go and join all these political parties. Don't let external people take over your positions. It doesn't happen like that in other states. I don't want you to have that mindset that it has to be about region. But if you want your voice to be heard and you want to be a major stakeholder in the political space, go and become a member of political parties so that your voice can be heard and so that the change that you want can actually be enacted. Because if you don't do that, you remain in the outside, you will not know. There are some close allies of Peter Obi who may not continue this journey with him. We're beginning to hear of what is going on with them. Some persons feel that maybe they're not comfortable with some certain things, or maybe they expected some kind of preferential treatment, but it's usually like that in the journey. And they're asking, who are the people he had groomed in the political space? Who are his mentees? That, you know, like Tinubu has people you can make reference to, oh, I was groomed by Tinubu, I can do this for him and all of that. Is that a wrong thing, or is that to say that in journey you come across people, whatever impact you have in their life or they have in your life, once that phase is done with, you move ahead?
Esther, if you listen to former governor of Ekiti State, Peter Ayofayo, he says something. He said P2B is an institution.
Okay.
Go and watch his video. Say P2B is an institution. Tell me any other political leader that have a group that is more viable, vocal, apart from P2B and Kwankwaso. Now,
There's APC too.
Which
They're also
Which APC?
they're also very voracious.
What's their name?
What do you mean? What's their name?
We don't know any other group today apart from
you.
Pankpa. So
you don't know.
Okay, I don't know
because you're supporting your own principle.
No, I don't have. I'm supporting a credible Nigeria.
Mr. Tony Bata.
Let me land, man. Now, when you have power and you have power, you don't allow people to express themselves. People will, because of fear, follow you. Because of fear, they will do what you want them to do. Because if they don't do it, they know the consequences of it. Because you are not allowing them to do, even though when they do something mistake, you should overlook. Now, as soon as it's like the first question you ask me, what will happen if this person existed from the All Progressive Congress? What will happen? I told you that it will disintegrate. So it's better for you to build an institution that even if when you are not there, another person it will continue to move, than to be an institution that people will be afraid of you. Because if they do otherwise, they will see the consequences immediately. So people are building a legacy that will last. Some people are building a legacy that will not last. Don't build a legacy where people will fear you and they will do things out of fear. It will not last.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're taking a very short break. You kindly stay with us. The evening rush continues. We'll simply be right back.
House dey dark and NEPA bill dey choke. E dey worry you as e dey affect your business. Solution don come. Imagine say you wake up for morning, light no shake, fridge don block, business no get wahala, everything dey okay. No be dream o. With Yohaku, na you dey control your light. Yohaku dey sell gas cooker, freezer, fridge, and dem go furnish you with modern kitchen o. Whether na inverter, batteries, panels, smart street lights, be na solar AC system wey you wan use for house, business, abi for industrial work, Yohaku stand chim to help you. Bye to NEPA bill o. No wait till transformer go spoil again o. Oh yeah, run call Yohaku for 070-121-30260 or 080-324-82573, or you fit to call 080-669-60066. For Lagos, we there for shop F1179 Industrial Section, or Joe Alaba International Market, or shop G6 Electronic Section, Alaba International Market, Headline, Ute Ubochi Plaza, Abuja office na Corporate 13, Dubai International Market, back of Games Village, Karo District for Abuja. For Port Harcourt, we're there for number 51, Oporo Road, Eziowa Elite Trade Center for River State. Yohaku website na www.yohakuproducts.com. Online store na www.yohakustore.com. Yohaku, from sun to earth, we dey make your mind dey coole.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is still the Evening Rush right here on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. My name is Esther Wachuku, and I have Mr. Comrade Tony Imbata with us in the studio. He's been passionately expressing himself, although I told him he needs to reduce his campaigning because it's so obvious where his leaning is coming from. But we're trying to have conversations about what's going on in the polity. Mr. Tony, before we open the phone lines, let's look at Nigerians scattered across the globe, and we're having countries say, you know what, we need to start reducing immigration. We need to reduce how people come into our borders. We need to protect our culture, our identity. South Africa is one place, and the Nigerian government has decided to organize what you call repatriation efforts. About 130 Nigerians have, signed up to come back to the country. The reason why you're saying such people, Nigerians living en masse, is they feel better living conditions, a system that works. I heard that in Canada, there's some Nigerians who will sell their stuff 100 million, 80 million, and go to Canada, and they end up on the streets. Some of their own people we defraud them. They will go through certain hard means, get the money, come to Canada. Those people will come, leave them there without having to look after them and until they get a job and find their footing, and possibly travel to another state, and so they are stranded. You have people at home saying, oh, my family member is abroad. Oh, my family member is doing this. A lot of them are really working so hard. The reason is because of the the disparity of the currency. Basically currency. They don't mind doing certain jobs they wouldn't do there here because of how much they get. And at the forefront is their family back home. Nigerians are working, doing jobs that you may consider to be so denigrating because of their family back home. They're barely surviving. And we thought that we'd have a government that would say we need to develop our economy in such a way that Nigerians are not considered an embarrassment. We don't have a good name outside. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's not welcoming at all. So xenophobia, it's something that is going on in South Africa, and they're no longer looking at whether you're legibly there or not. They just want people to leave. Adams Oshomola is saying we need to now start attacking the South Africans in Nigeria. We need to start going to their own companies and demanding that all South Africans working there should leave and only Nigerians should work. We can have you be at the home because we're making profit from you, but we will no longer keep quiet while you are our citizens in your country, in your own country, are not taken care of and not protected. The president of South Africa came and said, you guys should adhere to our rules and regulations. There is no hardcore effort to stop these guys from their xenophobic attacks. And right now there is a set of apathy towards South Africa because of what they're doing to their fellow Africans. At this point in time, what would you advise the Nigerian government to do? How do they tell Nigerians to come back home if the economy is not tilting in a line that is encouraging?
Esther, I love the language you use. You say, we thought that our leaders, we thought. And there's nothing wrong we believing that our Nigerian leaders will have put things in order.
Yeah.
Judging by most of the things we have, mineral resources that we have in this country, all those people that have hard currency, their currency cannot compete with our currency if we are developing ourselves. I watched a video, I deleted it immediately. The horrible things is still going on my memory. What South African people are doing, blacks. Is it
the one of those women?
Yes. I
don't know if it is now, if it is recent or old.
But it's in South Africa. I confirmed it. I asked myself when I was going to church.
You watched it?
I said, it's in South Africa.
Did you watch it?
I couldn't finish it, Esther. I asked myself, why are we so wicked human beings? Why are they doing that? I don't want to remember it. But I support what Adams Oshomole have said. That we need to, my people used to say in Igbo language that if a first son refuse to cry like a madman, they will not marry a wife for him. Now, if we don't begin to deal with them and close their businesses and tell them to go, they will not respect us. They will not. They will keep doing. Remember what Nigerian government did for South Africa. Not only Nigerian government, other African countries helped South Africa. If somebody did something that is wrong against the law, allow the law to take its own effect. Not you. Look at how they are treating the fellow blacks or Africans. So it's a high time Nigerian government should start dealing with them, closing their companies and making it mandatory. So that people will begin to respect us. Whether you like it or not, Nigeria, we are the giant of Africa.
Yes, we are. I have always said something. I think somebody sent me a message on Facebook yesterday talking about what he saw on a platform. Somebody wrote. And I said I try not to ingest and allow myself ingest such information. We're one of the best nations in this world. It's not easy to cohabitate with tribes, like more than 700 and something tribes.
Yes.
For more than a century, we've been together.
God has a purpose.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
I have not seen nations cohabitate like that. Well, aside from the United States of America, but even at that, there's a demarcation in some other states. In the UK, the same thing. You have Northern Ireland, you have South Wales, you have London. They are divided, although they are known as the United Kingdom. But Nigeria has, beyond the region, we've been together.
It's only our leader that are disintegrating us.
And if it comes to practical issues, Nigerians help you regardless of your religion or your ethnicity, you know. So I have always insisted that we're a peculiar nation. And I loved the idea at the time. I told you that I'm from the southeast. I schooled in the north. You know, most of my teenage years were in the north. And then I completed my education in the southwest. Got my first job in the southwest, precisely. Got a contract job in the north. Came back to the southwest. What am I trying to say? If you had not experienced that, you wouldn't understand the beauty of Nigerians across different regions.
Honestly.
Unfortunately, some people haven't traveled out of their comfort zones, so they do not understand how you cherish people's food. I love food, so I'm adventurous when it comes to food. And if you haven't been able to do that, you wouldn't understand. The political space became toxic. It's usually normal, but it's an ability for you to distance yourself from getting immersed into the toxicity in the polity. And the leaders know how peculiar and unique Nigerians are, and there is a determined effort to divide that beauty amongst Nigerians. So what we try to do on this platform is not to promote anything other than the fact that we're requesting positive governance for all of us.
That is it.
It's not regional
Where you
governance.
come from
The
matters
president
not.
is not the president of Yoruba. The president is the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So everyone holds him accountable for any form of deficiency in their region or in wherever it is they come from. That's the imperative here. And that's why the elections are what is being looked into. In terms of security, we're seeing some efforts from the Nigerian Air Force. The Nigerian Air Force, they're really doing quite a lot now. We do hope that is improved. But there are tendencies that more negotiations will continue with the 416 Nigerians in the captivity of Boko Haram in Ngoshe. If the Nigerian military decides to negotiate with them, would they have done anything wrong to prevent those guys from being killed?
Esther, whatever it will take for the government, genuinely, you are not that you will cause the problem. You go back and start doing it in order to make money. If they are genuine, whatever it will take to save a Nigerians wherever they are, please, government should do it. But the problem we are having, like in Futo, my son told me they kidnapped a student there, demanding 20 million. So the problem, Sani Abacha says something that any riot or any insecurity that lasted for a day, government hand is in it. So what are we talking about? So government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria should come out clean. Instead, there was certain things people told me about the military. I'm even fear will not allow me to say it. Look at what happened this influencer that he posted the
Justice
food.
Justice
He posted what the kind of food they are giving the military, and those same military.
The military is claiming that Justice Crack was inciting them.
Inciting them. Well.
Yes, in terms of change of leadership, that's the claim. That's the claim, and that has become treason.
Let us see what the
so,
church.
But let's see what the court says about it. The case is in court,
and let's see what the
at
court.
this point
So
in time.
what am I saying is that if Nigerian government are genuine, they should go all out to rescue the life of those people. Now, see, I love what Jonathan said. He said, my ambition cannot what or equate a blood of Nigerians. And every reasonable government should think in that direction.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take your reaction on the conversation this evening. The number to call is 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. The WhatsApp number is 0817 1756338. 0817-1756338. That's the WhatsApp number. While the number to call is 080-3692-9933. Please, let's go straight to the point when you call. 2, please do not insult anybody. Don't call any derogatory name, in as much as you're free to express yourself. But stay on calls, all right? Don't insult anyone. And we're not campaigning for anybody, so don't campaign for anybody. It's not your time to campaign. Let's stick to the issues on ground, all right? In terms of governance. 080-3692-9933. Hello, good evening. How are you? Please kindly turn down the volume of your radio very quickly. Hello? All right, 080-3692-9933. That's the number. The WhatsApp number is 0817-1756338. Hello?
Yeah, Esther Wanchukwu.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you?
I am fine, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, Batex calling.
Batex, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Esther. What I want to let you know is this. I don't know why these people are against P2B. Anywhere he goes, they will attack him, they will follow him. And P2B is a figure. God have already ordained P2B. I don't know why these people are following him up and down. Why is all this about? Esther, I want to let you know that, you keep on saying that we people should have our PVC and go and cast our vote that very day of election, that nobody will challenge you, nobody will harass you. Esther, 2023, I know what happened. In Ajegunle, none of Ajegunle people come out to come and vote because I listened to some of the journalists that went there to cover the vote. These people, these talks, they are with guns. The journalist said that it's God that saved them that very day. God saved their life. He said people, nobody come out in Ajegunle to come and vote because those people, they are parading with Okada and with guns. Nobody come out. If you come out, your life is sorry. My brother is living at Iba in Ojo here. Iba Drive. He said that why he did not go and vote, that they went to one man's house. They said that if you're not an APC, you are not going to vote. If you want to save your life, you better go to your house. My brother went back to his house. Esther, don't be saying that. See, something is happening. This election, they will still do the same thing that they did 2023.
So Batex, are you calling to discourage people or Nigerians?
No,
from...
I'm not discouraging people,
okay, so
but I'm
what
telling you what
saying?
is going to happen. Esther, I'm telling you what is going to happen in this 2027 election.
All right, Batex, thank you. Please, I don't want you calling to discourage people. Don't call to discourage people. I think this time around, Nigerians are ready. They are going to do aura for aura, oha for oha, egusi for egusi. So it's not so. The level of madness does not come from one person.
It doesn't.
The madness is not just from one place,
one person.
But we're expecting a peaceful election.
That's
and that will
think.
depend on Bola Tinubu because the president needs to ensure that we have a free and fair election. It will really represent the president if a free and fair election is actually hard. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine, sir.
Okay, what's your name? Your voice is low.
This is Matthew calling from Ajegule.
Matthew.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good evening, sir. Welcome.
Yes, my take in concerning P2B going from one party to the other. Actually, I don't fancy that. You see, you can't be born and when you're born you didn't go through primary school, secondary school, and you just jump into university. It's not fair that way. I think he should just stay at a place and just build up his own party. Maybe starting from chairman to House of Rep and then have governors and then presidents. That would be very okay. But for him to just diving in just for only presidency, you can imagine those his previous party of which he was, which was NLC, have you? The previous party, I think most of these people that got
you don't even know the party he belonged before. All right, continue, please. Continue.
I've forgotten the party. So the previous party, I believe most of the people that won the election with him in that party, I don't think most of them are still in that party. Maybe they have deviated to another party. Apart from the governorship one at Abia State, LSOT. So it is better for him to just stay as he please and just build up a party. Then from there he could just dive into presidency from chairman to House of Rep, national and governorship election. That is just it. That is the
right. Thank you for
much.
calling. Thank you. 08036929933. That's the number, and the WhatsApp number is 0817175638. 0817175638. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
How are you?
I did. How you did?
I did fine.
Welcome.
Calling from Prescott.
All right, please go ahead.
Good evening to Mr. Ambassador.
Good evening, sir.
You are analyzing well.
Thank you, sir.
You some people should not be encouraging Nigerians. Like all of us, nobody has the period of violence. All of us are eating from this soup prepared by Tinubu and APC. Everybody, even the billionaires are experiencing it. Everybody is within this bad governance. So Nigerians should be ready to work out their destiny, to fight for their destiny. Like somebody said, this particular election next year will make or mar this country. That is just the truth. If we must continue, it will be decided next year. I support P2B moving to NDC. That is the best option because, like he has said repeatedly, that the target or the plan of this current APC is to make sure that it's not on the ballot, but it must be on the ballot. Because in 2014, there was no one-party system. That was why APC entered. PDP didn't do such to them. So they can never do such to the opposition. Nigerians, all of us, will vote for NDC and P2B must win that election, whether they like it or not.
Okay, so I said no campaigning. Don't campaign.
I'm not campaigning. Esther.
Sir?
How much are you going to cook that your house soup now? Compared to what you
Let me
did
not
in
talk,
20.
oh. Hey,
So,
Chineke Nai.
Esther, are you happy? Are you comfortable with this administration?
See, the Oha leaf, I counted it, oh, Mr. Tonio. The Oha leaf, those strands. Like 7, they were telling me 1, 2, 1, 5.
1, 2.
I was like, okay, hey, God.
So when somebody is saying the home, you are terribly campaigning. Are you comfortable with what is happening?
Sir, I'm just saying, let's just
so
not
the
just
point
campaign.
is that all of us are feeling the pain. So let us fight for our destiny once and
All
for
right,
all.
thank you very much. This man is very tricky. He knew where to get me to react. 0803692. He knew where to get me to react. 08036929933. That's the number to call. The WhatsApp number is 0817-1756-338. 0817-1756-338. That's our WhatsApp number. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Esther. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your name?
Kedu. My name is Mekudi.
Mekudi.
Olatunde from Shijuade Jesha.
All right, sir. Welcome. How are you? Is this your first time?
I'm fine. No, first time. Mekudi, I'll be talking to you now. But, you know, a lot of people used to call.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
You have been trying.
Thank you so much, sir. Welcome. Please go ahead.
You see my problem to Nigeria today when I see, you see the voice today when I see the defection of Obi and Ekwankwa. So
yeah,
it really shocked me. You know why it shocked me?
Why?
It's because Atiku Abubakar is a political, heavyweight in the north.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying that. You see, I don't know if you read political science in school.
Yeah.
But most of
Pol Science 101.
our girls, most of the girls coming online on this program, I know they are trying, but they are not much no much in the politics like us.
Okay.
Like me as I'm talking to you. Do you
All
understand?
right. Yeah.
You see, if you go to all those villages, you will see them. Most of them, if they want to eat, they buy and they don't buy food. They went to the farm and see food. But during the election, I've been with Hausa. Thank God you say you don't go to North where. Even in our home state, I'm from Kwara State. My mom is a Lagosian. You know, when you go to those villages, she give them small change during the election. They will vote for whatever.
Yeah, right.
Like, you understand me?
You're right.
So, but they need the political way. Okay, look at 2023. They don't supposed to sleep themselves. So they are unite together. Even Atiku hold them to NDC. But now Atiku will come out as another candidate, Obi and Kwankwa. So, or then they will share the vote again for this man, Bola Tinubu. You understand me? That is it. That is number one. For this South Africa issue, so I'll send the message already. So I thank God most of our Yorubas and Igbos, even Hausa, we are planning. We know the name, because I don't want to mention the name of those companies so that you will not be like, hey, I'm doing advert for them.
Yeah.
South Africa company, Nigeria. We are going to go there. We will not attack them. South Africa must go. That's hashtag South Africa must go. They must leave Nigeria. As they say, Ghana must go. South Africa must go in Nigeria. Now. When I tell them, hashtag South Africa must go. Now so. Because I don't know why our people are working in South Africa, but these people are not working. They don't want to learn work. Most especially Johannesburg. I have a brother there. He told me, see, Nigeria we are enjoying, if you cannot track any, they'll snatch your phone, police will be looking at them. They are not working. They are not doing anything. So because that's why they are heavy. Nigerians work a lot.
Yes.
Both Yoruba and Igbo in South Africa. They are not killing. Forget about that kingship.
Yeah.
Saying that they want to do Igwe. No, not lie. They don't like Nigeria because Nigeria is working. We work a lot. Anywhere we go, but in Nigeria they will not do that. But if you go to outside countries, we see them working tirelessly. You understand me? So that is the heaviness of those people. So they are not working. They are just lazy youth. So killing people. So South Africa must go. That's it. That's
all right. Thank you very much. So I was in one of the spaces, and one of the South Africans said that even the establishment in Nigeria is owned by their political elites, that Nigerians can go and sack them. That is not their business, so they don't care. That's what they said, that it's not profiting their own country. That is the politicians who own these businesses in Nigeria. And another thing, I think this is a wake-up call for Nigeria, actually. If we can have our own telecom company, I think Globalcom is for Nigeria, right? Yeah. Okay, but all those other telecom companies, I don't know if Nigerians can buy the shares and start handling it, but the problem is anything that Nigeria handles,
we pray that we'll get it right this time. That's our prayer.
All right. Hello, good evening.
Hey, Star.
Sir, good evening. How are you?
But I greet you.
I greet you, sir.
Mayor from the Kochegwe.
Mayor.
Welcome, Mayor. How are you?
I'm fine, but I'm on solar. I'm on solar.
You're on solar, Bean?
Yes.
Lucky you.
Yes. You see what's happening in South Africa? Are you hearing me?
Yes.
They say, Chelsea begins at home. Are you hearing me? If your own brother will tell you, go back to your state. Your own brother, the same nation, will tell you, go back to your state. What do you expect other countries to do for you? Your own brother, your own country, will tell you, go back to your state and go and vote. Don't vote here. Ononuga said it. This is the last time Igbo man will vote in Lagos. He said it. He said it openly. And heaven did not fall. So what do you expect other people to tell you from outside? In your own country, you cannot vote. In your own country, you cannot vote. You can't go anyhow. They say, go back to your state. Esther, what do you expect? What do you expect? That's by the way. Esther, do you know why we're following P2B? The first time they introduced a pension scheme for governor is by Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Every 3 years, we change their tax, give them house, change their drivers, their gate-man, change their wardrobe. It was introduced by Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Go and cross-check. They followed by Akpabio from Akwa Ibom. The man that is, please, before 1999, what was the word of Tinubu? What was his word? Google it. After 8 years, he became the richest position in Africa, in the whole world. Google it. Every 3 years, you change wardrobe, drivers, new cars, everything. Tinubu is in Lagos State. People be left in front of land. He left without pension, without lottery. He left at Cricket and left Anambra. He said, no bottled water you have given to him. Why would I force such a man?
All right, thank you so much. Thank you for calling. You've been able to say what you want to say. 08036929933. That's the number. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Esther.
How are you, sir? Welcome.
This is Malik speaking.
Malik, welcome.
As I was able to grab small.
You were able to grab
Let
small?
Let me continue from that corner stop.
Oh, okay.
Small. But I understand. Esther, where are all the senior SAN, aka Sansan, that could not sue the former governor of Lagos that is now the president, that the pension scheme is illegal? None. Nobody spoke about it. He started it and others follows. My problem is this: the attention APC government is giving to P2B, if they put 1/3 of it into Nigeria, we go change you.
Wallahi.
Yes.
We go change you.
Wallahi.
How can you create a department in Aso Rock for only one man that has no any fraud case against? Don't you know you're making him popular? Don't you know you're allowing to leave a legacy that if he dies today, Nigeria will still sing his name? Don't you think about that? Esther, one man is threatening a whole multi-trillion people. And you know what's amazing, Esther? Before they made the coastal road, they said it was BPP. that the government will not fund it, but now the government is funding it.
Yes, government is
Now
funding
they want
it.
to repair. Now they want to repair the
Sokoto
refinery.
Badagry.
They say they say they will not fund it though. Before you hear, we want to borrow to fund the refinery. And if you call anybody to come defend APC, they go talk to DJ. They go do to defend the people. You know, so when you want lie, you must stammer. You know so.
Yes.
And you know what's baffling me?
Mm-mm.
We go open our big eye. I come to my Ghana chair for primary school. He said you have a big head with a hole in the middle. We will still go collect 1.5, collect 2.5, still vote. Come they complain later. And I've said this yesterday that Barrister Darlington was on the station. The followers NDC has got to now the 9 million or 10 million.
Ew,
Please.
you never reach. Oh,
How many be?
Check it this evening.
How many be?
10 million.
How many be?
Go and check.
10 million,
Go
Abi?
and check.
Okay, wait, the Esther. If that 10 million come as I come vote, is it not game over?
Go and check it.
Esther,
Yes.
if that 10 million followers that are registered for the party, if they come out in mass and vote, no police,
That's why they are
no
afraid.
agbero, no police, no agbero fit stop una. Look, 500 people alone, the military cannot stop. 500 people should come out alone in the election. The military cannot stop people. 500 not 1,000. Don't allow people to threaten people and tell people if you come outside, they will do this or do that. All that one is story. And Nigeria should be ashamed of herself. If 49 years old could be Benin Republic president, 49 years old person, and we are here dragging for 80 something. Some say, let me try. If I fail, I will not go again. Atiku, pass the torch. Pass the torch, Atiku. You have grown up. Your son is a former commissioner of works in where's he from again? Adamawa State. Groom that guy to become the next Messi. Sometimes the father will start a project, he cannot make it. The son or the daughter will complete it. You will leave a legacy. Look, Esther, finally, please. And the gentleman in the studio, so I did not greet you.
Thank you.
I will say this. Listen to this. So if I am wrong, tell me I'm wrong. We have 3 politicians in Nigeria that has followers without money. Number 1, late MKO. Number 2, late Mohammed Buhari. And the only one alive right now is Peter Obi. What else do you want? If it's easy, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the camp, most people go follow your website. If you don't pay money tomorrow, good evening.
all right. Thank you, Malik. Thank you for calling. Wow. I saw one picture where some persons, I don't know whether it's Niger State or whether it's a councillor or local government or something, they were giving them $1. So $1, like not $100, $1, and they took pictures. So it was a big deal for them. $1.
Nigerian politicians want to make us beggars
Jesus.
in our land.
Hello. Hello. Good evening.
Hello, Esther. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you? Welcome.
Tony, Mbaka, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Tony, my Esther.
Sir?
Zojin Nakaya love from Jobaland.
Welcome.
Ojin Naka.
Ojinaka, how you doing?
I did fine.
Ogam, how buddy?
I feel, hey, I'm so happy now. This name where you calling me now. I feel like I'm on top of heaven now.
Naughty man. Ojinaka. Naughty man.
Yeah, my joy.
You're now Barrister Darlington Pro Max.
If I think waiting to happen for Nigeria, I go die. Now you they make me die. How you doing?
I am fine. Welcome.
Please, I want to ask a question. That the question goes like this. When 2023, before 2023 election, when Wike, Atiku said they want to zone the potential candidate to Southeast, Wike, if he say it's South,
Yeah.
because he wanted to contest. That's what scatter. Atiku refused. That's what scatter PDP. Now, where Peter Obi and Atiku dey for the same party, why Atiku no give Peter Obi that chance as a Southeasterner? Let him contest to go only 4 years. Then he come back to work. Let me tell you, I have said this in time.
Hello?
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 Hello? Hello, I can hear you. Hello?
Ojinaka?
Yes, yes.
Hey, call has gone up. But I think he's asking, like, I think the general questions.
Atiku is not here now. He said he's asking Atiku or any of his men.
Hello, good evening. Hello?
Esther Machuku, good evening.
Sir, good evening. How
I
about
can
you?
hear you, Esther. Good evening.
Good evening. How you doing?
This is John Legend.
John Legend. Welcome.
Yeah, Mr. Tony Bata, good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Let me tell you something, Esther Machuku.
Sir?
I hate blind argument. That is why sometimes it looks like I don't know how to talk. I hate blind argument.
Your voice on reduce. Where you carry mouth put?
My voice is clear.
No, you're shifted away from your mic. All right, come closer.
No. Okay. Are you hearing me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good. You see, the election has already been done. If P2B can get 10 million followership just before 48 hours after he deferred to NDC, what kind of election are you doing again? Are you with me now?
Yes.
The election has already been done. Even myself, I have not even registered. What if I register with my own group? So what is there is this, Esther Machuku. Tinubu cannot save this country. And Tinubu did not win in 2023 election. It is obvious. That is why he's just happy to be here and there. We don't need to do blind argument here. The only reason why they are pushing us wherever we go, that they know that Nigerians are liars. We are typical liars. That is why South Africa are dealing with us anyhow. Because if we can face the truth, say the truth how it is, they don't have any right to stand before. If when Abacha was alive, can South Africa do this rubbish? Instead of even in this matter now, you will see that even Nigerian president now will tell you, say we set a panel of inquiry, we will go and set for a committee for this. We will know how why they are killing Nigerians there. At the end of the day, that inquiry will not see the next day. You will not even know how it works. So when
you're calling from where? I know, Mr. Brownson. Mr. Brownson, welcome. Yeah. Esther, I will call you like Darlington. Yeah. Let's tell Nigerians the truth. Why Tinubu? Let me ask you, why Tinubu is coming after Obi? A simple reason is he knows that if Obi enter, Tinubu will commit with his mouth and hear us. The money and the freedom money they are spent. He knows. Atiku is a real enemy of opposition. Please, don't abuse anybody. Anywhere the man go, they will follow him. You see, only God will save this Nigeria. It's only God will save this Nigeria. And if you enter inside person, like somebody like P2B, me and my family, we don't for P2B back. That is my own take.
All right. Thank you very much for calling, sir. Welcome. 08036929933. That's the number to call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Esther.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. My name is Peter. I'm calling from First Stack.
Peter from First Stack. Peter, welcome. How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you. Mr. Tony Bata, I greet you, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, so, good evening, sir. So the thing is, Tinubu keeps pushing. Now, for you to drive within First Stack, you have to think how you are going to maneuver all the roads that have been pulled off. They've pulled off the roads. You say you want to build road. Do you pull off everything at the same time? This is more than 1 month, and nothing is going on. We are not seeing any material in sight. The whole road inside First Stack is pulled off.
Deliberate. It's like they deliberately sideline that road.
It's a deliberate act. It's a deliberate act. Because the guy that is now the chairman of this Amodofi, he ran for House of Rep, and he didn't win. So I don't. God, I don't know.
Sorry, I can understand. Thank you so much. Thank you.
2027, we are going to vote out APC. Anything they want to do, let them bring it on. We are ready for them. 2027, we are voting out APC. How they want?
Upon the fact that we have money, we have all the resources that is required, and yet we are suffering. It is quite unfortunate.
All right.
So
Thank you so much for
I
calling.
thank you also. I thank you also for making it possible for us to be hearing what is happening.
Thank you.
Thank God that they have never stopped you people. Thank you, and God bless
We're
you.
trying. Thank you so much.
Amen.
Thank you.
Right.
I mean, the conversations we have here is the truth. We're not saying anything other than the truth.
Yes.
Nothing to whatever. We're not quoting anything. Hello. Good evening.
Yeah.
Remy.
Esther.
Remy.
The heartbeat of Lagos.
How are you?
Mr. Tony Mada.
Good evening, sir.
Take it easy with this lady now. She's serving humanity. I mean, Esther. First and first, I want to beg my people, please, when we do like them, we will be like them. Don't let us, whatever South Africans are doing to our people, let us just show them love. Let us protect South African business in Nigeria. Let us protect South African interests in Nigeria. We cannot do evil for evil. Please, I'm begging you. Even if you go to South Africa, do you know why?
Why?
The South African businesses in Nigeria are paying tax to the Nigerian government.
Yeah.
The South African businesses in Nigeria have Nigerian as employee within that organization.
True.
We have agreed that when people say, go back to your state, go back to your country, that is a form of idiocy. We don't want to practice that, do we?
No.
Please, let us show to them that we are their baba, we are their mama, we are their big brothers. Let them. So what I could just think the Nigerian government need to do in that sense is do African mobilization. I'm seeing news from Botswana, Tanzania, other countries. Don't let us summon South Africa to AU, the ECOWAS. This is a proper diplomatic move you need to make. You can't do this. The South African government should be held responsible. Give them ultimatum. This is how you do it. But don't let us go and say, oh, you must go. No, we can't do that. We can't do that. That's not what mature people do. We are big brothers. You Nigerian people, you should understand. So, I mean, we cannot follow that ignoramus path because it will us. Secondly, Obi spring up in 2023. And people were saying, who is this guy? A lot of people said, oh, he's $1 there. I said people should come and win. Esther has warned people not to campaign. I'm not going to campaign. But the point is this. I told you before, Esther, that the only politician in Nigeria that gives Tinubu a sleepless night is Obi. And we are seeing his reaction everywhere Obi moves. And look, even if Obi do not emerge as president, Obi is a transgenerational figure. History will study him. People, future will study him. They will study a guy. Now, up there, Esther, since immediately Tinubu came in, Emefiele, Papa, everybody, they capture people. Malami.
Yeah.
Malami.
El-Rufai.
El-Rufai. I have not seen today. Nobody have arrest Obi or make attempt to arrest him. This Obi is a witch. He has witchcraft. We need we need to find out. And I just think, you know why?
Why?
In the last 48 hours, my mind has changed like 3 times. One of the most biggest journalists in the UK wrote a book, How They Broke Britain. James O'Brien. Check it out. Read that book, you will like it. People will like it. And he used to say, there's no point having a mind that you cannot change. First, when I heard that Obi left ADC. I was disappointed. I was heartbroken. I was like, no, what is this? So when I checked around and I started seeing news, then the first thought that came to mind that, look, we are just spectators.
Yeah.
They are insiders. We do not know what they saw. Right? We do not know what they saw. But one thing I want to tell Nigerians, please, you have power. don't make any politician or people in the media think you don't have power. Now, one of our brother was saying, when they were trying to vote the other time, some gunmen came and they were shooting gun.
Yes.
Esther, Esther, Yahya Jammeh, do you remember him? Former president of the Gambia.
Yes.
He beat his chest and said he will rule for 1 billion years. He beat his chest. Now, the election that flushed, each time people go and vote in previous election, he will send thugs to carry gun to go and harass electorate. And the electorate mobilized. Do you know what they do?
I know.
They go out to vote in their hundreds, in their thousands. And they did not carry gun, they not carry cutlass, so they not carry anything. What many of them do is to carry stone put inside their pockets. So they went out in mass. Anytime they see thugs, they begin to stone thugs. And this is why those thugs fled. And that election was done in mass, and Yahya Jammeh is now somebody in hiding today. You people don't think you don't have power. You have power. I'm not going to tell you to vote for, but be involved, get your PVC, and be ready to fight back. Tinubu cannot win 200 million people. Thank you.
Remy, thank you so much. That was quite extensive. I'll take some messages. Okay, I'll take this call and then take messages because there are lots of messages and I want to cover them today. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello? Hello?
Hello, Esther.
How are you, sir?
Good evening. This is Sir Chris.
Why are you sounding far from your phone? Abi, you there inside Komkom?
I'm calling from the airport now.
You where? From where?
International airport.
Oh, okay. Are you supposed to be calling from the airport?
No. I want to go and pick my boat.
Your load?
My boat.
Oh, okay. All right, what's your name?
My name is Chris.
Chris, calling from airport. All right, Chris, please go ahead.
I'm very, very happy for your program, honestly.
Thank you.
So you collect somebody to come and carry gun, do this, all right. Everybody's supposed to use the brain. That's the election that happened. Even our president, in Agor people will tell you the business, and I don't want to call the person's name. The guy wants to destroy Ballon Ford, and if you see what happened for that guy with the stone. You don't need to carry anything for body. Just go. At any place you want to do election, make sure your eye is vigilant. Because this government have decided to destroy whatever they like, that's what they want. But everybody I have to protect yourself.
All right.
Don't go and do violence. Say you will carry gun. But if you arrest anybody who take any weapon on the way. You understand?
Yes.
So Nigeria need to wake up, please.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for calling. I mean, like Mr. Tony, I said it will speak on the president's administration on the conduct of the elections. I'm expecting the president to conduct and make sure the elections are properly handled than how it was done in 2023, which was which was overseen by late Muhammadu Buhari. I'm expecting. I mean, if the president says he's a Democrat, he fought for democracy, he will do anything he possibly can to ensure that democracy is protected. I'm expecting that the elections will be duly protected.
Esther, the Bible says, "By their fruit we shall know them."
No, let's not generalize.
No, I'm not. I'm talking.
But we're
I'm saying
expecting that the needful
is
done.
expected. I love the word. Yeah, that is expectation.
Yes.
That is all expectation of Nigerians.
We're expecting that the needful is done. That the president protects.
Both the action and in and
we
outside
are expecting that the president protects the electorate. That's the job of the administration. If you are a pioneer, an advocate of true democracy, that should be your job.
That should be.
To ensure that the electorate is protected. So it doesn't resort to persons having to look for how to self-protect because of some institutions that believes that is to...
Remain. This country will remain.
I mean, the land will remain. Very true. All right. So I want to take some messages. Kindly bear with me for some of you that have been calling. And for some of you who still want to send messages, the number to actually send your message to is 0817 1756 338. 0817 1756 338. Good day, Esther, Innocent, and okay. My name is Esther Wachuku, not Innocent. I think you're referring to Chioma Innocent. My name is Esther. When I don't mix our name, Taya. You may make you call me, make you call Chioma Wachuku. Good day, Esther and our guests. It is high time we Nigerians should storm all South Africa company in the country. They should take their leave with immediate effect. South Africa must go. Mekudi Olatunde from Sijuwade Street, Ijesha Tado Surulere. All right. Good evening, Esther and Mr. Mbata. I said it a long time ago that Atiku needs to rest. I also believe that Atiku is well aware of Obiang Kwankwaso's defection. Atiku is a pillar of these elections. He will work assiduously to ensure that the borderland landlord must go back to Lagos. Also, the decline of BAT will start from 2027. He will not be able to dictate anything again in Lagos because he did not gain true followership. Don Joe from Ijesha. Okay. Good evening, Esther and your guest. Esther, why are you people not talking about power sector? If Nigerian leaders have integrity, should PBAT be talking about re-election? The basic priority of government should be on power, security, infrastructure, and economy. Can Nigerians boast that we are moving forward? On Peter Obi, Nigerians will decide whether to continue with this hardship or not. May God bless Nigeria. Online chief from Arabo. I think, Mr. Tony, we're just talking about it.
You talk about the power now.
We talked about power, insecurity, and economy. I don't know what's happening in my area for the past 4 days. No electricity. I might have no explanation. We had Egbe Power Station had issues. I don't know if it's been resolved. I have no idea. So we're used to roasting. We've gotten so used to roasting. I'm serious. Do you know how hot the weather is, Mr. Tony? Now for ground, are they regulate? Yes. Are the regulators that they put on the gen? I go on them to pump water, then power my freezer because my food dimpa is very important, cannot sour. I turn it off. Then in the middle of like in the night, now for ground, person go sleep. Open window like this.
As
if now only you there for compound, make you just a bath outside, make breeze they touch your body. Because the weather is something else. Good evening, Esther and your guests. Okay, I think I've read this message. Good evening, Esther. May God Almighty deliver us from these APC evil rulers. Usman from Surulere. Good day, Esther. My name is Okemute. I'm Rofi. I just want to say you're doing a good job. From Akpata Irakari. Thank you so much. Okay, Mute, you remind me of one comedy like that. Your name. Do you remember this comedy? Okay, Mute. The name, yes. It's an amazing name. What if Peter Obi had defected to APC and compete in primaries with Tinubu? Because of the nature of the Electoral Act now, only the APC as a party has a legible candidate for next year's election. Every other party are either disqualified or disenfranchised. Ororo from Ayobom. This person says, Coastal Road, no economic value. Benin bypass for many years has been like gutter, whereby suffering people using the road. A night journey because of delay from Benin to Onisha. Wickedness. No railway tracks from Shagamu to Onisha. Again, NDC should be careful. Many will run in there to destroy the party. APC strategy. They are running in to destabilize the party against Obiang Kwankwaso. Emeka Ohiri. Good evening, Esther. Good evening to you. Shame to Mr. Onanuga that says Tinubu has done monumentally well in 3 years of his administration. Tinubu told Nigerians that he would fix the country's failed electricity supply through power sector reforms. Today, what we see in every part of Nigeria is total and horrifying darkness. Please add roasting. The entire power sector has collapsed, with the national grid crashing with no solution to cite except borrowing. It's regrettable and shameful that a man who promised to give light to Nigerians if he becomes president is the same man trying to blame people for his administration's woes and inability to fulfill his promises. All the president's aides are. Nigerians can no longer be deceived. It's Nigerian masses versus APC in 2027. Let them keep deceiving themselves. Evil shall slay the wicked. Ike from Ayobo. All right. Stanley from Ojo, you sent a picture that over 10 million Nigerians registered with the NDC. Where did you say I should check it?
I don't know where my wife checked it this evening.
Check it where?
Online. He checked it.
Check the NDC website. Have you checked where?
Registration, yeah. If there's somebody, I saw it too. The person show.
Please, somebody should help me verify.
Go and check. The person should,
because we have an advocate, we have an NDC advocate in the studio.
P2B
so I don't want to take his word.
Almost 1.1 million or thereabout. As soon as this guy enter, something has happened.
I don't want to take his word because he sees advocating.
I'm not a member of any political party. Go and check. Go and verify. I will not be.
Hi Esther. Good evening. The solution to for the problem of chasing the Nigerians out of South Africa is for the government to create jobs and employment by building factories and industries that could create opportunities for both staff and non-staff to get into any nearby factory or industry and hustle for his or her daily needs. Nigeria is the richest country in the world, based on the 42 different types of unfinished quantities of minerals deposits endowed on us by God Almighty himself. No other country has such mineral deposits like this country. If we can have Peter, you guys are campaigning. Don't campaign. 2027, with Obi jumping up and down. God, what's in your worry? Don't insult anybody. Don't campaign, don't insult. Send Vikage. I'm not reading your message. You're insulting. Good evening. Obi supporters are just making noise. Let election come and go. Their music will change to they have rigged election again. In 2027, Tinubu will still win again. Election is not by making mouth or radio every day. All of us are Nigerians. Adeniyi Ruben from Dokpemu. Adeniyi, well done. Well done. You're expressing confidence for your party. So, you dey hear? Obedient. So, Nigerians, so who say Peter Obi? It's not online noise. Oh, it's not cho. Show workings. So, good evening. Obi support. Okay, good evening. At Esther, you always say Coastal Road provide plenty jobs for Nigeria. And I ask Esther, is any of your family member benefiting from the Coastal Road jobs, or you know anybody who has benefited? Please let me know. Say they whine me. Prince Oji, I don't whine you. Nobody benefits. Now they talk, so they provide job, no ni. Kilo day bye. I have no problem with Peter Obi winning 2027 elections. My concern is the fact that these same politicians who brought this country to this pathetic threshold will still infiltrate his government by mass defection from APC, and the whole situation will be the same rhetoric of he has good intentions, but the cabals are the cause, same old stories. May God help Nigeria and Nigerians. Adewonyi Francis from Agbara. All right. Good evening, Esther, and good evening, Esther. Your analyst today sounds more like a campaigner than an analyst. You need to bring more balanced analysts from non-partisan people. All right, Olumba, thank you very much. Miss Esther Machuku, a very good evening to you and the VOP family. Miss Esther Machuku, please be informed that Globalcom, the Glow Network, belongs to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and not our dear country, Nigeria. Please kindly fact check the above information. Thank you. Mr. Theo from Lagos. I thought it was Wale Adenuga that owns...
That's what I thought. Or maybe, I don't know. I've not fast checked those things.
I mean, when did he sell it to Atiku? Wow. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Calling the current military effort progress without measurable results is self-deception. When a nation confronts terrorism for decades without a clearly defined time-bound doctrine of eradication, it raises legitimate questions about political will and the true hierarchy of interests being protected. A nation serious about ending terrorism sets clear directives, firm timelines, and holds its commanders accountable. Anything less breeds illusions. Nigeria does not lack capacity. It suffers from a deficit of will, clarity, integrity, and accountability. Until those are restored, the question will be whether progress is being made, but who truly benefits from the continuity of terrorism in Nigeria. All right. This person says, good evening, Queen Esther. I greet Mr. Mbata. My name is Gabriel from Ikorodu. Esther, I want to counter that individual that wrote to you that Obi played a religious card while Atiku played a regional card. That is nonsensical. As a matter of fact, Tinubu played the most dangerous card of rigging, division, and thuggery. None of APC member has ever condemned him for that because they always find fault with people like Obi. These APC supporters continue in their adventure of shopping for faults to discredit Peter Obi. In the past 2023 election, Obi didn't wait for people to come to him. He took his campaign to them wherever men can be found. In the church, in the street, in the marketplaces, and among Muslims, he was always on the move. That was what change the narrative of no structure by the ruling party. Saying that Obi played a religious card is nonsensical and an excuse of a lazy people. Now officials and members of ADC can go on to spill their foul words against Obi. It's immaterial. They were given the chance to do the right thing, but they were reluctant. Obi did the right thing. Let them go on and talk. All right. Good evening, Esther. Machuku, Mr. Tony Bata, Solomon Asika from Michi. You know, when this Igbo stuff started from Lagos State down to Ghana and then South Africa, all this doings has a political undertone to it, trying to blacklist a particular tribe in Nigeria, not knowing it will trickle down to all the tribes in Nigeria in a foreign country. As for the solar installed in Aso Rock, some of them will call and argue that solar is cheaper to compare to generator, so they are saving money by using solar. Good evening, Esther. Let us support Obi and Kwankwa, so that's real people will like. Let them carry go, Esther from Benga. All right, Esther. What if me, I register with my own squad, 10 million and counting? You're free, baby girl. You're free. You're free, daddy. You're free. And Esther, please help me ask Mr. Mbata. He's always mentioned Galaxy. Galaxy TV. Please tell him Galaxy TV stopped working for years now. Help me ask him which Galaxy TV. He said he's always in their studio.
Galaxy is still working. I can
Don't promote Galaxy in the station.
Say they stop working. Who told you?
So maybe their signal is not seeing Galaxy.
Baby, where are you staying, please?
Baby, they said, where are you staying?
Where are you staying?
All right, good evening. I'm engineer Ayinde Moruf. Esther, I'm disappointed with two of your guests. Engineer, there is no two. It's only one, sir. They are not sincere with themselves. Why are they blaming Atiku now? Didn't people like us tell Obi on this platform here that Obi will be used and dumped? That is not going to be given the ticket in ADC because Atiku was the one who hijacked the party for his own ambition. But it's Obi supporters that misled him, including your two guests there. Now, didn't what we said would happen has come to pass? Please blame Obi and his supporters and not Atiku. He said they should blame you and Barrister Darlington. That people advocated
that Obi should do what?
That Obi should enter ADC, knowing fully well that ADC was a vehicle for Atiku.
The person talking don't understand politics.
You should understand politics.
If you know why,
you and Barrister Darlington, I'm going to tower him on Thursday.
Obi did well by joining ADC.
Okay.
And read what Obi said. Obi have no problem with ADC. It was unforeseen hand with court, Buha and all the rest of them. And they set a trap for Obi. ADC as a party have never issued a press conference condemning Obi. Have they issued a press conference?
No,
yes. No. To tell you that they know. So outside people may not understand what is going on.
Okay, so this person said, why is VOP number? Okay, so I said call 080 3692 9933. That's the number to call, and the WhatsApp is 0817 1756 338. That's the WhatsApp number. All right, so please tell Esther to read this my message. All right, Esther is reading your message. The guy that asked Peter Obi to go and start from local government senate should go and learn more about politics. If he is of APC, we know, and he is not in a position to tell Peter Obi what to do or what not to do. Thank you, Uchenna from Chicago. All right, Uchenna from Chicago. Esther, what Obi did is what anyone in his shoes will do, because whosoever that does not run from his enemy or enemies is he or she that does not know his enemies. Peter Obi is trying to run away from his political enemies who are trying to kill his career. I pray that God will protect Obi and Kwankwa, so keep them, lead them through and make them fly above their enemies and political enemies. So it shall be in Jesus' name. Augusta. Good evening, Esther and Igbo Buibo. Igbo Buibo. Okay. Mazi Tony Mbata, please. I have not gotten an answer to this question. Mahmoud told us that there was a glitch in the presidential election results in 2023. How come that someone won the election? Why is it that they didn't cancel the election? Or how do they know the winner since there was a glitch? Peter Obi is a beautiful bride. That is why they're pursuing him up and down. Neka from Suriname. Good evening, VOP Korean fans. I want to ask a simple question. ADC saga. Why was there no proper consultation, meetings upon meetings between ADC members and Indos, deciding who takes what, when, and how before such coalition were concluded and formed? Very good question. Because APC prior to 2015 election had already done this before the merger. Reason they had the upper hand in the election. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Comrade Abraham in Festac. My question exactly. So I think they just wanted some persons to join.
The issue is that most people have accused Obi. Obi
no,
cannot,
but he asked valid questions.
Answer the question.
And
most people have said Obi do not want to work with some certain people position. Obi have shown that I can enter into the lion's den and come out without anything. And also, bear in mind that I've said it before, politics is a game. And depending on the way you are playing it, sir, everybody's playing to win.
You have not answered the question.
Why didn't they agree positions?
Like, for example, if they have zoned, if ADC has zoned their tickets, we're not going to talk all this shenanigan. If you don't zone, if you say you know the zone, if you say we're going with article, or let's discuss, or from the beginning article will say Peter will be C. Let's do it like this. If that one say no and agree, you consult. They had 18 months. Hold on, Mr. Tony. These are valid questions. 18 months planning before they eventually came out was it not in August last year that ADC is the coalition? In these 18 months, all the people you were meeting, you met in London, UK, France, Dubai, everything. What was that meeting about?
Esther, can I answer this question?
You were not there.
Politics is a game. It's not a question of 1 + 1. Do you know when they be supposed to enter NDC?
1 + 1 is 2, sucker.
Politics is not what people are seeing all this is we're discussing.
All right.
It's a game and you play it. It's a strategy.
This kind of strategy.
NDC have their own strategy.
This kind of
in order
strategy.
to gauge some people.
This kind
and
of
some people have taught them a great lesson of their life.
I see. Good evening, Esther and your guests. Please help me tell Mr. Mbata that he can travel to his hometown to cast his presidential election vote. After all, the election is slated by the festive period. He shouldn't be scared, thereby putting fear in people's mind.
Who is the person talking?
Okay, no, he said Mr. Batex. Okay. Mr. Batex. The guy who called on. Not you.
Not me, I didn't.
Good evening, Esther, Mr. Tony Bata. The last presidential election, we were taken unaware, and INEC promises deceived us into relaxing and thinking that the election will be free and fair. But this time around, it won't be business as usual.
It will not.
Nigeria should re-strategize and be wiser, because I plan to go to polling unit with 20 of my friends, well prepared, from Chief Udo. All right. This person says, imagine if it was Atiku that left ADC. People like Mr. Tony and his band would have called Atiku a betrayer, amongst all sorts of insults and allegations. But because it is Obi their Messiah, he can do no wrong. What if Obi and his crew went into ADC to stir up issues, then run for safe haven in another party? Same obedient who accused others of working for Tinubu. Meanwhile, the action of their Messiah proves otherwise. A man who said he's not desperate to be president, yet display high level of desperation to leave a party to another where he feels he would get free ticket. The NDC is his fifth party. He's so scared of competition, but hide under guise of someone trying to introduce money politics. Would he spend sand in the NDC? If there's any issue in NDC, would he dive to another party? It's clear no lesson was learned, because it's almost a repeat of 2023 script playing. Run in different parties, split votes, have APC coast to victory. Now tell me who really is working for Tinubu. Tay, I understand.
It's in pen. Obi is teaching them a lesson.
What do you mean?
Yes, it's in pen. Nigerians, majority of Nigerians.
Sir, what he's saying now is because you are supporting Obi.
No.
You're not being neutral and objective.
Nigerians are taking. You see,
you are not being neutral and objective.
What Obi did was to make Nigeria know that power belongs to them.
Okay, sorry, Tony.
Not by giving money.
Nigeria is a giant big for nothing. If Nigeria is truly a giant, you will not have criminals in charge. No serious country will want to associate with you. I'm Femi from London. Good day, Esther, and your guests. Mekudi, my name is Esther Wajuku, not Esther Innocent. The second time. Good evening, Esther. Stevie Kelly from Maryland. On xenophobia, it's unfortunate that the children and grandchildren of Nigerians who made huge sacrifices to liberate South Africans during the apartheid are now being killed in South Africa today. I think Senator Adams Oshomola's viewpoint should be implemented immediately. This is a way to stem the tide. Steve Ikelu from Maryland. Good evening, Esther. Good evening to you. All right, thank you. Good evening, VOP. Nigeria stands at an have been exhausted as tools of manipulation. A new civic consciousness is emerging, a generation unwilling to be fragmented, demanding competence over sentiment, accountability over allegiance, and competence over identity. The way forward is not rhetorical unity, but structural reform. Transparent institutions, merit-driven leadership pipelines, electoral integrity fortified by technology, a civic education that prioritizes shared national purpose over inherited divisions. Only through deliberate depolarization and the elevation of genuine ideas above identity can a true, working, and forward-leaning Nigeria be actualized. Social thinker, beautiful. AB. It's a message. Oh, long gone. Esther, good evening. Hi, Ade. I wish you the best in Jesus' name. Obi they lament. Obi they run from competition. Life is toxic. Obi no. Jagaban faced his own problems with tenacity. There was a time GEJ sent army to Jagaban's house. Jagaban scaled it. Jagaban had problems in AD. He didn't leave. He remained, did 8 years with AD. He was a leader in AD as the only elected governor, and he registered AC to use for BRF. He didn't convert another man's party. I prayed earlier that any gathering against Jagaban would scatter, and they have scattered. I am so happy Obi defected. Them don't scatter. Jagaban all the way. AB from Ekpa. All right, AB. Good evening, Esther and your guest. Mr. Tony Mbata is just biting around when you asked him on the issues of betrayal by Mr. Peter Obi and why are the opposition not agreeing on the way forward in spite of the meeting in Ibadan. I think he was just too carried away by his love for Peter Obi, though he has right to support any candidate of his choice. He can't be sure what will become of Peter Obi. He might want to jump to another party if NDC rejects him. But the reality is that the vote of the opposition will be splitted, allowing the ruling party to return in 2027 after the election. That we are sure of. In all, Peter Obi has disappointed so many of his supporters just because of his desperation for the presidency of this country. God bless Nigeria. Thanks.
Thank God he's not part of supporters of Peter Obi, but Peter Obi is gaining more momentum. Why are they crying more than they believe? He's not a political party. Let us see it 2027.
I hate the fact that the ADC did not plan this well.
They didn't plan well.
It's wrong. Because
strategy.
I mean, it's not even about strategy. If they were about Nigeria, if they said they don't want Tinubu to continue, they should have considered.
When people are telling us that they scattered their vote, which vote did they scatter? Tinubu did not win. Let's start from Lagos.
If you say
it was INEC. Let's say the truth. He did not win. He can't win again.
Good evening, Esther. I'm Benson from Agor. Mr. Tony Mbata is obsessed with Peter Obi, and it's good you corrected the scenario he was promoting. He should as well stop his conjecture of APC hiring PhD and professors for researching formula to enable Tinubu to win 2027. All these are his wishes, and these things are not limited to one side. He will lament once more after 2027 election result. He's going to resolve to they rig the election. Good evening, Esther. I will never vote for people who promise hardships on Nigerians. Only Omoyele Sowore will get my full support because he has already identified with the masses in so many ways. Very good. Good one. Good one. Even though let Peter Obi enter Precious Party to contest for presidency, many Nigerians from all the regions in Nigeria will follow him there and vote for him. Those saying that the North will not support Obi are working for APC. Chairman from Agbara. Hello, Esther. At this juncture, with the game card and political calculation that the Jagaban of Africa, also known as grab it, snatch it, and run away with it, is playing, I can tell you for free that no party will flag Mr. Obi as the party's presidential candidate because the timeline for various political parties to conduct their primary and submit names to INEC is around the corner. Are you sure? The court adjournment of ADC is a calculated attempt to frustrate Peter Obi out of the party. Now that he's out and gone to NDC, I can tell you for free that the crisis would lead to court cases and the party will come up. Few days to INEC expiration date, and court adjournment will do the final justice. Ha! Temi Tokpe Onatoye from Ijagama community. No, please don't say this. Don't say this because final caller. Hello, good evening.
Yes, sir, good evening.
Hello.
Hello, yes, sir, good evening.
Good evening, how are you?
I'm alright, thank you. I greet you, sir.
He's greeting you.
I greet you. Good evening, sir.
I don't want to waste your time, sir. I don't know why people do the target.
Sir, your voice is foul.
It's too far?